basta relax. Nós estamos começando a trocar mais com o SOPI MIX. Welcome mais na de 18, se me terá of normalong?
Sim, 18.
18 show de SOPI MIX. Welcome. Se você atender a boa noite, se você atender a Young People Podcast of any time que você atender. Welcome, danke por sintonizar SOPI MIX. Nós queremos agradecer Tech, que provide-nos douche Deep Eddy Vodka. Ora, eu busquei butter, eu mando esse butter. É butter, isso é Deep Eddy, não me diz? Não sei, pensa porn movie, coquico.
Deep Eddy.
Pero Deep Eddy está trabajando de Austin, Texas. Está trabajando en the oldest swimming man-made pool na Austin, Texas. Die na inspiração a sali. Ele era established na 2010. Dus test eruit, het smaakt op je bon. Het is available na Tech Trading.
Gluten-free.
Het is gluten-free time, by the way. Het is die corn en het is gluten-free vodka. Un tremendo vodka. Actually, maar heb je slag? Tremendo. Banje zei, nós tem CK Mondavi.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Het is die in California, de Napa Valley nang, no?
Sim, hoppy douches aqui tá. Hoppy fruity, blackberry, cherry. Very tasteful.
Alright, dus hij de cortesia de Tech Trading. Também nós queremos agradecer Subway. Você sabe que você bestel bo substang remotely, no? Via app de Sigur, dus pay.away. Você download hier bo mobile, único botão. Então se você Subway, você bestelle via app, você paga via pay.away. Chega busca lá kita. Claro, tá.
Tremendo.
Então aí também serviço novo com a Subway. Também cara que tem na meal of the day, no? Todo dia você tem escolher de 7 pão com um combo para 9,90. Também tem douche SOPI nang. Cara é SOPI nang de Subway, você tem de 8 ons, just 2 ons. Você tem broccoli cheddar soup, você tem homestyle chicken noodle, diferente SOPI. Dus passa na Subway, esta localidade Rondi Aruba. Também nós queremos agradecer Gianni's Group. We provide nos douche
pasta ali olho seafood
e SOPI seafood que não
bom.
Tremendo mês. Nós queremos recordar que o Gianni's Group tem um bakery, no? Dus de kipashi, de vegan kipashi, diz para chamar na 588-2599 entre 8 e 5 nada prepare pabo, na bobo pique e na bobo delivery pabo. Dus yamanang.
Também bo fresh made pasta. Se você dar bom fresh made pasta de weekend, só 30 meses.
Não, bobai que mexe na gelatíssimo, no? 50% off. Outro dia 24 de dezembro.
Correto.
Dus bobai que check, paga hai dos. Kind of style. Tremendo.
If there is a nice party, I'm gonna deliver.
Let me know. Também na Gianni's Group tem 30% local discounts. Dus se você local, vai com o ID na Gianni's Group, aí 30% discount. Tremendo.
Bom. E se você pensar de buy Christmas dinner com o grupo, chama já vou reservar, passou, o lugar está lleno ali.
Costa hot. E também nós queremos agradecer Sigur, no? Sigur com hybrid plans. Começando na 59 Florim e também na app. Agora na app pay.away que você bestela entre outro bo Subway. Alright guys, vamos começar de bia.
You start aggressive with the promotion.
Then it's ready. Then we're done.
Done.
Now we can talk. You know what I mean?
Juicy part.
Ok, pero que coisa, mas esta semana nós está diferenciando os temas, a ideia de saber que nós está inspire gente, conta gente de coisas, está gewoon fun, of não, malão?
Hobby fun.
Hoje dia também, quando vai estar hobby interessante, nós temos o senhor Davide Bugatti. Tutti va bene?
Good evening.
Huh?
Yes, say it again.
Tutti va bene?
No, the other.
Davide Bugatti.
Okay, Davide Bugatti.
Davide
so
Bugatti.
It was pretty close.
Almost. I know a few words in Italy. Madonna. Porco cane.
I know some worse word that even give you more feeling of the bad word.
Okay, welcome to SOPI MIX. Tell us a little bit about Davide.
Okay, for the one that didn't know, it's 4 minutes that I have a smile on my face. You don't see it, but I'm smiling for the beginning.
Yeah, this is like, since we started, we had to put this on.
Yeah, just, you know. Yeah, thank you for the invitation. And now I hear that it's 18 times, so congrats for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take a sip on that.
Yes, to the 18.
Cheers.
And
18 and many more.
Yes, yes. Let's hope Jeffrey doesn't get tired of it and will continue to find the inspiration to do it.
For sure.
Yeah, so...
Alright, so Davide Bugatti, Enlighthenpreneur.
That's my name that I was born.
And what's your new name now?
I guess you're born in Italy, right?
Yes. I had different name depending by what I was doing, where I was. The last one that I remember was a Burning Man, and it used to be Sunseeker, and then I became Anal Sunseeker, and that was my playa name. And then one here was Bugo, I guess. I've been called Bugo a lot of period of my life.
But that's like...
Bugatti, Bugo.
Ah, okay.
Bugo. And now I think they know me for my real name, Davide Bugatti. I don't have any more someone that call me from nickname. Maybe brother.
Okay.
But I miss it. I miss it to be called from my friends. You know, they know me from ages. And I'm 40, but they still call me with the same name that I was when I was 18, 16.
Oh, nice.
So that's nice.
Yeah, I think it's a good things.
Tell us, Enlighthenpreneur.
Yes.
What is Enlighthenpreneur?
That's something that has always been something inside of me, but I try to give it a name. So we needed to try to brand something that belongs to us. So usually we tend to brand ideas. We tend to brand product. We tend to brand business. But when you need to really connect that you are giving yourself and not a product, not a service, how do you call it? And so while I was starting this new concept of myself, that is not new, I just found the time to really dig into it. I say, how can I be called? What's I'm providing? So I found those two words, enlightenment and entrepreneurship, merged together and comes enlighthenpreneur. And entrepreneur is similar. But instead of a person that just is behind business for mission, for money, for to create margins, because mostly business is taking something, create margins and create a team. Instead of just doing this, why don't you put something that comes from within, that belongs to your spirituality, that belongs to your core, that is something that you've always been good doing it, and you build a business out of it, a personal brand. And it's something that it seems something crazy to say here in Aruba, but everywhere in the world we are there is a lot of personal brand, people that came with an idea and they become the business, they become the brand. But
now with social media it came more exposed, right? Because you a lot of
the thing is that it's exposed, but there is a lot of there is a lot of things that try to get your attention. Exactly.
Lots of noise out there.
So before there were 5 big companies like Coca-Cola. There was I don't know now. They were taking the attention in television. They were spending a lot of money, and they were bombarding us. So right now, instead, the space to penetrate is easier. There is a lot of people that can go into marketing, into promoting. It costs less, but there is a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So everyone wants your attention. So how do you come out and you get attention? And then in that point you get attention, you can be able to, in the moment there is attention, to inject something about yourself.
Yeah.
And if it resonate, click, then you can work together with the person. Something can some insight can open it up. And it's all about that right now.
And entrepreneur, how did you start in the entrepreneur? How do you combine entrepreneur? Did you started with businesses and then you switched, or
no? I think I started with when I was 12, when there was people coming from the fake Polo Ralph Lauren, and I was buying 10, and then I was selling at school for margin. The mindset of doing money has always been there. I mean, I think in everyone. Maybe some people forget about it, but you used to take something and sell it and create a kind of business around it. And that's for me entrepreneurship. So if you keep this mindset that you create a service, or you take a product at 1, you sell it at 4, and you build 3 of value, that's value. 1 is delivery, 1 can be the customer care, and 1 is your margin. So entrepreneurship is, everyone is always been, with candy you can do it. You understand the point of entrepreneurship? So serious that I put big money into, I think I was 22. That I say, okay, I put this money and I risk this money, and I need to do it. And I lost money, I made money, and it's a process, no?
And what was your first business?
My first business, I invested 5,000 euro to get the license to. Wow, thanks for your question, because it let me go there, and it kind of nailed it immediately. I don't have to think about it. But there was a service that you receive promotion via SMS. So there was a Nokia 3310, those kind of. So this company was providing to me like 20,000 SMS for one price, and I was selling the SMS to the company. Okay, I give you 1,000 SMS to promote your product, and we send it to your number, things like that. So I was going to the company and say, okay, how many SMS do you want for Christmas, New Year?
That you did in Italy? Oh, right.
It was in Italy, yes.
Okay.
It was in Como, where I used to live. And then I did many things. Did network marketing with Herbalife. I did many conferences with them, sincerely, in Barcelona, in Europe. So it has been always something that has been there.
But what made it that now it's Enlighthenpreneur? So what are you trying to reach with this? Like what if somebody comes to you, what is Enlighthenpreneur?
What is it, and
Yeah.
what was there a change in your mindset that you decided to combine this?
Yeah.
Or were your businesses going good, and then because of something happened, you just changed?
Yeah, of course. This is an idea that I always had. The COVID helped me to really say, okay, now I have the time. It's not anymore routine with the business that I have and an idea. I say now I have the time for the idea. So mostly, there was several different things that came up with the idea, but one of the maybe 2 of them, and most important, is one that in the space of mentorship that I always been, that I always spend money. All the coaches are there to teach about entrepreneurship. They're gonna teach you, you have this business, I help you to make this business coming up. So I learned everything from this, but there is no one that go to touch the spirituality of you, your really core essence, and say, are you even happy with this business? Is really something that you can do to change people? You know, they're just taking you the way you are, and they try to give you strategy and tools for the entrepreneurship, but you don't know if this people is happy, if he's burnout, if he's going crazy just to get the result. So with spirituality instead, you can understand, okay, what are you fighting for? Who are you? What do you really want it? So if you're a good entrepreneur in something that is not connected with you, imagine the one that you are connected.
But how do you know when you're not connected? Like
you're unfulfilled.
Yeah, unhappy.
It's not about unhappiness, because you can have a moment of happiness. You sell something, you're having a nice vacation, you're happy, but you're unfulfilled because at some point an entrepreneur, after a long period of life, they want to make impact. So you can it's not anymore about income and going for the income. You want to make impact. So right now there are so many tools to build impact that can create even more income of the business that you were doing before, and try to fight to make it happen.
But did you not feel complete? That's why you went this route?
Good question. It's not about that I wasn't feeling complete. I was happy with my business. I was serving, but I realized that I want to decide with who I work. So if I sell cars secondhand, my target market is the people. People that I love them because I gave everything, but I couldn't grow. So my business was repetitive. So when I start to work with people that is entrepreneur, they already have this kind of awakening. They're not blind. They know how the world works. They want to make more impact. They want to make a change. They have big ideas. I want to be around, and I want to build this network. It can be one in Aruba, one in Curacao, one in Belgium. I'm working with people worldwide. So you build your tribe, and you help these people coming up, level up, and in the meantime, you're living your life with them. So you coach them, they coach you. It's like, you know, mentorship is not me telling you what to do. It's coming together to a breakthrough. and your breakthrough can help my life too.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that I'm the on amount. Of course, I know something more if you come in my circle, but I can take from the other person
But
as well.
did you start reading more about spirituality, or I know people that they take a break and they go to Peru or they go to Brazil. They go like 2 weeks into the jungle to Indian tribe and go all the way like do all like the Indian stuff and really disconnect. Is that kind of?
I think that 5 years in university can be like 2 months alone of Samaritan period. At level of spirituality, what you can get, you then bring it to life. And then university prepare you for knowledge. They don't prepare you for life. So they give you a lot of knowledge, but if you don't elevate also the spiritual side, that is the feminine side of business.
Yeah.
So entrepreneurship is masculine. It's working, hustle, focus, making it. Spirituality is intuition. Spirituality is energy. Spirituality is awareness.
But so, that's why they think that because people of human beings disconnect with nature, right? If you see, since the modernization from the beginning of the century, the last century when engines came in and all those stuff, human separated from the nature vibes and stuff because how you feel, you don't feel the vibe of the earth anymore. And so you're trying to connect that back together in this chaotic,
this noisy
world kind of stuff.
You say something, you don't feel the connection with earth anymore, but the purest connection we have is with the earth, from the ground.
Yeah.
Because we can connect with this universal spirit from within, but it's more difficult to connect with this because this we need to see it. This one we feel it. It's the ground.
But is it like God? Or is it you're not talking about a religion, right? You're
No,
talking
no.
about
religion is an indoctrination. I'm talking spirituality. Spirituality is a journey. So there are two different things. Of course, sometimes they combine, but for someone that knows about it, they almost never combine because religion is following a dogma, while spirituality is living the journey with the wrong, with the right, with the yes, with the maybe, and just embrace everything. Religion tell you what to do and what not to do. Spirituality, you just take everything open and you know already what is right, what is wrong. I don't need the dogma. I know it. If I listen to it, I know how it feel my soul. I don't know if you agree with this, but when you go completely free into something, you know if you're doing something right or wrong.
Yeah,
it's within, and I don't have the dogma or that I have to confess. Those things, it's a layer on top of it that has been put to avoid to people really connect with the spiritual, the real thing.
And for people to connect or be like spirituality, do they have to go on a journey or a trip or something in the woods, or is it possible to just be spiritual where you are?
Good question.
At that moment.
6 a.m. and 6 p.m. I guess. If you just surrender to what the nature is doing and you start to breathe, you just breathe and you surrender to what you're living, that is sunset or a sunrise. That moment is so spiritual with the sound of the waves, the bird that pass, the air on your skin. I mean, that's pure psychedelic and it's pure spiritual. But you need to surrender because if you're there, you're tense, or you're there, you're thinking of what you did yesterday, what I did tomorrow. Maybe you check your phone. You're still in front of that, but you don't see it. You don't have eyes to see because you're busy with something else. But if you surrender and stop and you look at it and see it, it's overwhelming you.
Well, you're saying 6 a.m., 6 p.m. It's like
no,
the
because it's sunrise and sun. No, because sunrise and
hour.
sun. Yeah, you can do it at 12, but you need air condition. At 6, and that's why sometimes we lose ourselves into difficulties of concept. Once spirituality is something super easy to get, but you need to know some techniques, no? Some small tools.
No, go ahead.
And is it so that most people that talk about spirituality, I'm super spiritual, have had some bad experience or have had so much pain or a bad relationship or bad at work? Does that go together, or can you be just everything was good with me, but and I'm spiritual. What's your take on that?
Can you rephrase it more?
For example,
say the example.
Is it so that you have to have a bad experience and then you start connect with yourself and become spiritual?
That's a trigger.
That's a kind of a trigger. But you can go close to the spirituality for a moment of alignment, and you can go close to spirituality for a moment of apathy and sadness. So it really when it hit you. Okay, you want to embrace it. You can't stay average and think spirituality right. It comes in a moment that you are totally up, and then you just blam, it slap you, or it comes in a moment that you're down. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. So it's life brings you whatever it can bring you both sides, but then it's you that need to surrender with that spirituality, and then you realize that things needed to happen. And that thing needed to happen to connect you with that spirituality.
But don't you think that life is too chaotic now, and that people just don't realize it anymore, and are just totally focused on their phone, on how late they have to go home, what I have to do at 1, or I have a meeting at 2, I have to prepare for that. I don't know.
Have time to disconnect.
It's true, but for how can I say that? If you really know the value of this, you find time. So I know that we are in a routinary mess, that everything's good, but we choose to go there. If we take the space because we know that it's important for our system to work, for our spirituality to give us insight, we fit it. We fit it and we fit it. And I think that my Shanti, that is my meditation mentor, it's so easy in the way she say, but I say, Davide, whatever you want to do, if you think it is important, you find space. Because I miss a couple of meditations, say, what is wrong? I have the moving, the kids, this, that. But Davide, whatever you think that you want to do, it happens because you put the focus and the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to the gym 1 hour while you can meditate 20 minutes. Because we are not distracted, and we think that we need to have a good body and not taking care about spirituality. Instead of balance things, no? You can have a good body, but spirituality is important, alimentation is important, it has to be holistic.
So, but when you talk like that, I think back to like the Indians, actually, because they were connected to the earth. They knew when to throw seeds, when to harvest, when it's raining season, just looking to the sky. Even the Egypts, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I was seeing last documentary how they dig up a tomb, and they pulled out just amazing stuff from 4,000 years ago, and things that they painted like really connected to the world.
Yeah.
So a person that's not like at this moment stuck, what do you advise them?
First of all, realize why they're stuck. If they have no clarity, where is the problem? Because look, there are 4 kind of people. Actually, there is 2. That is example you say. There is 2 people. The one that they walk with a stone in their shoes, they feel the stone hitting them, but they don't stop. They go. So they feel that they have a problem. It hurts, but they say, you know what? I continue to walk.
But is it also a fear? Maybe the fear of the routine of the fear of if they do it different, things will happen that will not be on their.
Yeah. So it's fear of failure. So. How can you reach something better if there is not this variable? But this variable doesn't have to stop you to go up.
Yeah,
it's part of the process. If I want to go up, I need to to start to feel the vertigo, things like that. But if you stop because you feel that, you can never reach it. And to come back to the question before, the 4 kind of people that has a problem and they stay in denial. People that has a problem and they take care of it, and people that doesn't even know that they are a problem.
Yeah.
They don't even know. So where you focus your intention to people that has a problem and they want to solve it. You can help only people that are willing to help themselves already. So instead, in Aruba, I see that many people is try to focus. I know that you can need it, I want to serve you my service, but they don't even know they have that problem. So if they understand that they have to focus in people that they have a problem and they know and they want to do something about it, then I can help you with my solution. And usually it's the 5% of the market. 5% of the market has a problem. I want to find a solution. I'm ready to put skin in the game. 15% has a problem, but they don't want to find a solution. They just flirt with it. They think they want to find a solution, but they're flirting with the problems. And the other 80%, they're just wandering around. And they're not being hit yet from that kind of awakening or enlightenment or whatever it experience.
But do you think that's also like depends on the income of a person? Like a person that needs to work from 8 till 5 every day to make minimum wage doesn't have the time to disconnect or time to.
I tell him
and has the stress like damn, I have to you know.
It's part of it. But they work. Imagine an entrepreneur that works 16 hours. At the beginning, you work 16 hours. You sleep, you wake up, you think about the business. You go bed, you think about the business. These people meditate. And so they connect with kind of spirituality, kind of a source. The people that work, they work 8 hours. The 8 hours, what they do, that's you. If you split 24 hours in 3, 8 you sleep, 8 you work, what you do with that 8 can make the difference. These people, what they do, maybe they watch television. If something bad happened, they pray. They don't do action, they pray. They hope someone else help. And despite there is this hope that is blissful, hope is something that connects, is something big, and I respect hope. It's a feminine energy. But you need to act, you need to move. So spirituality instead give you the things that you feel it, they say, I want to do something about it. You know, and then with entrepreneurship, you put the things together and something nice can happen. And so it's about, again, priority, what you do in 8 hours. The 8 hours they are not working, not sleeping, is what makes the difference in life. Some people watch television, a little bit of gym, a little bit of drinking.
So what you're saying is that spirituality is you have to meditate to be spiritual?
No, it's the, as my again Shanti, the meditation is the portal to the spirituality. The now is the portal. So if you don't connect with that now, you will never know when you have the access. And then it flows. It's cosmic consciousness. Wherever it is broad, you go. And so just go in the now and see what happens. What you have to do to go in the now? You need to focus on your breath. There are many techniques. Because the now, it's like the moment that you're still. You're not thinking forward, you're not thinking back. You are there. And when you can stay 10, 15 minutes in that, you don't know what can open. You don't know the energy. So that's why when you finish meditate, you always need 3-4 minutes. You can meditate it and go. 3-4 minutes, then you come back. The deeper and the farther you have been, you need to connect. And always more people are into this. They know the value, they know abundance, they know the value of meditation.
It seems like you find a way to combine spirituality and business, entrepreneurship. I've been meditating and spiritual myself. And sometimes I feel like spirituality or the combination of meditation with spirituality helps me be calm, like my mind goes empty and I don't need to do nothing. It's just my humor is very good that day, but it's super relaxed. I don't think about work. It just comes naturally.
No,
how do you use that spirituality to be active, think of new ideas and stuff? Yeah. How do you do that?
So it's not that then you tap into spirituality, you need to go do business in that moment. Those are two separate things. But the insights, the revelation, the kind of things will guide you to be more purposeful. So when you're more purposeful, everything you do has a purpose, then you inject that belief, that power into business. So, and then the business feeds the spirituality because you have more freedom, you can start to have more time, not at the beginning. The first years is working. But I say that when you are finding your purpose and you injecting in your business, and the purpose business injecting the spirituality because you build a network of people that are spiritual, they are awake and they are going for their thing, and then it fits. So when you're mentor 12, 15 people, with these people, you're living this relationship. So you're not talking about things that they know already everything about these things. So if you build a network of 15 people that they want to put skin in the game with you and be mentored by you, and on top of it you build a relationship, that's powerful.
Is there a group around in Aruba where people can connect with, or
Spirit in the spiritual side, something powerful is happening again with a group of my Shanti, that is my mentor in meditation. I want to call her, and she's into this for many years. She doesn't have nothing to teach in this, nothing to learn more, even if she's always learning. But she has collected a group that we are living the nature of Aruba pretty intensely. You have been also with her.
I'm part of that.
And that is the first group that I think, in terms of a business connection, I've been some chamber of commerce, and I've been in some kind of action coach event, things like that. That is more entrepreneurship, but it's very treated as entrepreneurship for me, to say old school.
Okay, and Shanti helps you meditating. Does Shanti also incorporate business in her thing, or it's just for meditation?
No, Shanti, for me, here in Aruba, is one of the most ahead, because I told her that she has already so many content. She has already a workshop that goes 15 to 20 people on enlightenment for 7 weeks. So every Saturday someone... So she can already create so many content, and she's very knowledgeable. She made an event on chakra meditation. She explained all the chakra, what's the frequency of every chakra, what it works. So I'm helping her to understand how the behind the curtain work, the business side. So I don't have to teach her anything spirituality, but she doesn't know a lot how to implement everything, so she can be free with what she does. She can impact other people. She can enlighten other people. She needs to build those digital assets that will allow people to connect with her, and then she can tell them, okay, you want this, you want this, you want this. And then she's continue to do the things here in Aruba one-to-one, but she has assets that works 24/7 outside Aruba as well.
Nice.
That's the other side of entrepreneur that is still is not coming out from my concept, because I'm in the beginning. So I'm coming out with who I am. So the first 2 months of a business, before people care or what you know, they need to know about what you care. So I can come there and say, yeah, I can tell you about business, this, that. Okay, who are you? What are your struggles? Where you come from? So this is the most difficult part, because people that want to start this, they find difficult to say about them, to be vulnerable, to just say, I was miserable and now I feel this, or I was wrong and now I'm right, or I feel differently.
Open up.
Yes, open up. And so they never tap into that. But you need to share the journey, share your hero's journey, and then you can start to say, okay, I know this, I can help you with that, I can help you with this.
But that's why. Do you think it's people are ashamed of it, ashamed of
fear of judgment?
So that's like shame or stuff.
Yeah, no, it's not even shame. It's just in their mind that if someone see them doing this, they will feel uncomfortable. But when they do it, they realize that nobody was caring. Nobody was caring about that, or tell them, what you're doing, If someone does like that, it's already behind you.
Yeah.
Someone on top of you, they say, hey, good job, great that you did it. So who you want to connect? You want to fear the one behind this, or you want to connect with the one, hey man, you're doing good, come up. And I've been there months, and today I saw the video of one that say, I was as soon as I was doing a story, as someone was crossing my line, I was stopping. And then I say one day, I'm gonna do all the London Bridge from beginning to end, doing a story, screaming, and I don't care about anything. He finished it, nobody even looked at him. It was crazy. So I was fearing my own shit, and that's where it comes from. 99% is that. If there is a trauma, it's another thing you need to work. But 99% is fear of judgment from people that doesn't exist.
But do you think that's an instinct we have, human beings?
I think that we have been somewhere from the school system indoctrinated that you can become too much of who you are. You need to stay conform to the rule. You need to, if you are too much of something, stay cool, be humble. And I understand being humble, but not being humble the way that you have to stay like that or your life.
Controlled.
Yeah, I think that comes from the school system in an age that we didn't even know what they were giving to us. So we just take it as a truth. We take it as a thing. Don't shine too much, because you can be called names. But usually people that work calling name is because they wanted to lower you down.
Yeah,
Why? If I'm not hurting anyone.
And did you experience this also in your transition to business and spirituality? And how did you deal with this? Because here's also like when you do something, the first thing your friends or your boys say, hey, look at him doing that thing. You know, why did he go on that show or this and that?
Good question. But I think that preparation. I mean, if you want to do this and you didn't do a mentorship, you didn't read 10 books, you didn't do anything that could really say, hey, you know about this, I feel you. Why you're saying? You know, so if you're confident that you know what you're talking about, why you should worry about the other that don't know about it? You should connect with the one that knows more so they can feed you more in that thing. And my thing is spirituality and business. So I want to connect with people that are in this, not just with I was with Cardone many times, but Cardone is 10x, hustle, push. But the other side, you understand? So I lost interest in the kind of mentorship, and my mentor found me because I started to post things, and the algorithm recognized what the things that I was talking about. So I started to become in the target market of this kind of mentor. This is how the algorithm works. Facebook and Instagram, what you follow, what you comment, it becomes what eats you. So if you watch girls and you watch, I don't know, every day, what you're gonna shop continuously. But if you start to come out for who you are and start to go all in believing, you start to attract the people that can mentor you in that thing. Because they pay money to have my lead. You don't do it on purpose, but it's like that. So my mentor found me.
So now we're talking about this, and tomorrow I open my phone, I find lots of stuff, you know.
But that's another side of what I show in the mentorship. If you don't understand how the algorithm works, you're missing an information that can open up so many variables. You can take a product, and you want to put that product about water sport. And so what you tend to do, you start to connect with all the water sport, you start to use the hashtag. And so you don't need to connect with everyone, you connect with your niche. So a lot of people doesn't know what is their niche. What's the age, where he lives, what's the color of the skin, why is one skin and not the other, what are you saying?
Why would the color of the skin matter?
Because, no, nothing about racism. I mean, it's about that if you're selling something that you know that as for a black market, like a product is for them, you know that you are talking to them.
Yeah, true.
You know, if you're selling something that for a woman or for men, you need to know if you're selling. So the more, I say the color of the skin, because the more you can be detailed and the more you narrow your niche and what you message is just be seen from your niche. So the money you invest, it's as big a return that throws something in the sea and hoping that someone sees it.
Yeah.
That's some of the principle that it's in the second module of what I teach it is the market. Understand the market, how it works, how do you message the market.
What are your plans now from now on? You want to be a motivational speaker? You want to go, involve more people in this vibe?
I try to be honest as much as I can.
We hope.
Yeah. No, as much as I can, because I don't want to leave anything unsaid. No, but I'm building something powerful, something that it can be true globally. But I'm building it. So as soon as it's out, it's gonna have some kind of powerful in terms of presence, strategy, visual, things like that. So the moment that I go out on a global market, of course, then I'm gonna have clients from student, client, whatever his name, from most everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I'm still trying in the meantime to see how much Aruba really wants something like that. Because I'm still doing, in a way, very, very easygoing, because I'm building the assets. So right now, I don't have the course, I don't have the funnel, I don't have the landing page, things that you have in any business, but I'm building them. So in the meantime, I'm just using social media just to get some traction to say who is the person that is triggered.
But if somebody wants to get in contact with you and wants them to to talk with them? How?
They know where to find me.
Just in social media, but there's not like
No.
classes. There's not like
No,
one.
I do one-to-one. Of course, I started with COVID, so it was everything on Zoom.
Uh-huh.
And why Zoom is important? Because you can record. So if I meet you one-to-one, I can record. So whatever we say, we cannot then leverage it online. That's the whole point. If I do a one-to-one with you, and we go so far, then we just say, fuck, man, what we didn't say today was, you can use this material, you can trim it, clip it, and you use it in your social media with caption, logo, and say, here I was talking about energy. Here I was talking about algorithm. And you, with one meta content, so one content of more than 1 hour, you can create 6-7 macro content. And from 6-7 macro content, you can create 12 micro content, that is the 30-second clip, the quote. And that's your, from 1 month social media, one show, 1 hour. But even this is the 3M of the content. Meta, macro, micro, that a lot of people doesn't know. They want to do a lot of content, but if they understand that they need to do one and clip it, and they have 1 month, they start to record themselves, go in podcast, go in interview, recording themselves while they're doing something. And that's something that I discovered recently from my mentor. I was there, okay, what I have to do? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And then the other things is the front and the back of the content. So people continue to do front content, free content, but they don't have nothing in the back end. So the goal, the reason to do free content in the front end is because the people see it, they resonate with it, and then they want to see more by you, and they go on your back end, there's a landing page or whatever, where there is your story, there is your product, your ebook, your course, your everything, and this works forever. You build it once and work forever. Front end, back end, 3M. And then there is the other one, your free content, if you're a coach or you're into this system, your free content should explain what and why. Your premium content should explain the how.
But do you think people will start thinking, hey, you're losing the core, you're focusing just on the business, and you're not really focusing on my issues? I want to help him, but you want to get the money out of me and not, you know what I mean?
Because I didn't find yet one they say like that.
Yeah.
Actually, they say I will spend much more for what you provide me.
Yeah. No, but I'm just, trying to play the...
No, that's why. It's a spiritual business.
Yeah.
You can fake it. Literally, you can't fake it.
Yeah.
It will come out from your message. Someone doesn't even have to come in contact with you one-to-one to understand that you're not ready for that. That's why you can play I have a watch, I have an Airbnb, I have a Lambo kind of mentor that I never connect with. But you cannot fake the one that are saying things that are powerful. You cannot copy them. Of course, if they can provide you a result, that's the thing. That's why you don't choose anyone to work with you, because you're not saving anyone. You're providing value to someone that is already there. Because otherwise, you don't want to end up to be a psychotherapist, or you don't want to end up to listen to things with the ex-wife. That's not my role. There's other people that you should pay for that. I give you spirituality tools that can lead you to live a business in a more purposeful way, and you feel more fulfilled. So you come back to your wife happy, you come back to yourself happy, and you have more time for your kids. Because that's what I did with me. I did it on me.
You're saying you're spiritual, and how does that work? Because you say you cannot fake it. Maybe people can make use of it. Oh, I'm spiritual, that's why I'm good, because spiritual is like knowing the difference between good or bad. And how do you combine it with people that are not spiritual or didn't know it, the 80% you're talking about?
No, you have to decide who you want to work with. As I told you, the 5% is the people that say, I want to work with you. They comment everything, they like you everything, this is the 5%. The 15% is the one that are in the between. So you need to focus on this 15 and then try to see with this who can come to join the other 5. The other 80, you can't. It's an effort that doesn't work. They need to do their life, they need to do their job, they need to do their error, their mistake to, you can help everyone. I wish one day, but some people need just money to be helped. To take this money and help you. They don't need all the work and all the things because they're not there. Am I wrong? Do you agree, disagree with this? Make sense?
No, I was reading a book, called "Fuck Your Feelings." I don't know if you heard about it. It's a really good book. Last time I talked about it.
Talk
too.
about it.
And this guy is also talking what you're saying, but he's also saying that, like I said, we humans are not connected with the earth anymore. People don't realize that when you walk in the morning, or when you go to bed at night, they say that it's proven. How you say that? By the scientists, stuff like that. That if you put a red light in your house, red or orange, it triggers your brain to that it's time to sleep or time to wake up, because if the blue lights work on your brain, send different messages. So it's all how you call that, like.
What do you want to say?
Did you try it? Did you
No,
follow it?
well, when you read the book, you're gonna try it. You know, you're gonna walk in the morning. You're gonna do some stuff in the morning, and like you start focusing on stuff. Like, okay, the guy was saying that, and let me focus on it. If I felt better, I think I did felt better. But I don't know if I'm still into it, because after a couple of times you forget, you start doing your own stuff. Yeah. But even though I'm still walking.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's working on me. If you know what I mean.
That happens to most of people. For me also, when I feel like my head is too hectic, or I didn't spend the quality time that I wanted with my children or with my free time, I go all by myself and I disconnect and I connect back, and when I come back, I'm fully energized again. But sometimes it has to happen, like I feel and then I go back. I wish I could just stay it continually.
Yeah.
So how do you, what Jeff said, how do you go back to that meditation, connecting with yourself, the nature? How do you do it day by day? Because most people, maybe they will get there and then they go out back because of all the noise.
Do you shower every day?
I shower every day.
Do you do breakfast every day?
Yes.
You brush your teeth? Some people meditate also. If you think about of everything I just said, meditation is the most important one. We could avoid
it's
to shower.
It's like a commitment. You have to commit yourself to meditation.
You need to feel really how much give you more in the daytime. And even to mention again, Shanti, she say, even if when you meditate, even if you think that nothing happened, something happened. You just, that is not that fine awareness, but something happened.
It's true. And do you have to do it with a person or an expert, or can you just start looking at video and do it by yourself? What do you recommend?
Yeah, I say before, I started always with some music or someone talking. I like someone talking because usually what they say is like, wow, the fuck you just said, this guy or this lady, very, very powerful message. But right now, as I told you, go on the beach, just breathe 4 or 5 times full pulmone.
Full breath.
Yeah, the pulmone,
full
lungs.
Full inhale.
Lungs. And then listen the sound of the nature, feel the ground underneath, feel. There are many ways, and it seems for me to talking about that like I'm talking about water, but maybe for some people doesn't even know about that. You understand? Maybe I'm thinking, okay, really I'm saying this about meditation. For me it's normal, but maybe some people is like, wow, I never think about going there, sitting, feeling the sand under my, feeling the earth lifting you, not lifting, like they're
holding you, kind of stuff. Yeah.
Just go there and feel the earth that is holding you. It puts you in another feelings. It's not you. And you add the breath, you add the sound, you add you leave the thoughts just going as clouds, and then you find the now. And in that now, some thoughts come to you. And at the beginning, I was used to write everything. So no, I can't lose this inside. And then even there, Shanti said, Davide, surrender even of the most beautiful thought, and even the most painful, just let it go. Because if you focus on that, then you end up 3 minutes thinking about that. Your breath starts to, come back to your breath.
So you have to keep focus to stay in the now.
Yeah.
Basically, and don't get distracted by a thought and go away.
Usually it's the breath, is a mantra, like there are many mantras, and it can be a candle. Once we did with a candle, so 12 minutes watching the candle. And there are many.
You don't fall asleep?
No, because I know that I've been there for meditation, and of course, if I didn't sleep for 2 nights, and then I go there and watch again,
No, because some people use meditation to go to sleep. They lay down, they listen to the music. Or
no, you don't have to lay down. That's why you need to stay 90 degrees.
Always, and your feet has to be some kind of way too?
No, or on a chair like this. Important, of course. The more 90 degrees you can stay, the more the breath can reach. Because if you can lead the breath goes to the diaphragm, usually the breath you feel it in here. You feel it in here sometimes. But if you let it go, it goes the belly, and then so the more you can stay 10 minutes, 15 minutes like that is intense. But then it becomes natural because at some point you don't feel the body anymore.
So it's
natural.
You're going out of the body kind of style, out of the body experience.
It's a kind of privilege going out of the body just with breathing, but it's super possible. And I did it with guided meditation with another super mentor of mine, Gardenia Koch, super spiritual person, but also very effective, very very effective. I did a breath meditation that I just flipped. And I cried and she was guiding the meditation and you cried out. And you don't know what just cried out, but it's liberatory.
But how did you come to those people? Like one day you woke up, I'm like, okay, I'm going today to Shanti. I'm going today to that cock. I'm just going.
Yeah, because you start to create your network. You start to devote time for those kind of things. So before I was knowing everyone at confession.
But woo!
You remember, guys, confession, nice times, eh? And then you start to go different places, and then you start to build a network of this kind.
But people don't think like, hey, this guy became crazy.
I think that I was crazy.
You was.
I started. Yeah, I don't know. I was crazy. And now I still am, because look at what I'm talking about. But those things in Aruba seems crazy. In other part of the world, there are community living since years by those things.
Yeah.
Peaceful, eating the right thing, living. Of course, they have their problem, but they are not. My God, what we have here, what they throw in our face every day, the information, the shit. The food, it's all fake. I just said once in one post recently, and it's really everything fake. Food, the political system. I mean, the boobies. It's all fake. So how can you find the truth when it's all fake? I mean, for us, we are old people. Sorry, not all that old, but we come from other generation. But new people, new kids. If they don't have someone guide them and tell them, look, this is not true. This is fucked up. This is. It's a little bit difficult. And other people, they say, you know what? I don't even want to stay in the middle of this situation because I want to live by the truth, and I want to live connected with other people, with the ground, with the mother earth, with the father sky. I mean, I don't want to sound hippie, but if she's the mother, he's the father, and we are in the between, losing connection with it. So if you lose connection with the ground, with father and mother, we are lost.
Yeah, we're zombies.
In a spiritual concept, we can still have a family, a business, a job, but we are not
fulfilled, at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of
I'm
style.
still working on it. I'm not saying that I'm it's a forever work, but I did big steps for what I was before.
And do you combine this with your friends and family, or is it just your journey? You're doing it.
I wish to have. I mean, I don't even expect that everyone in my family live this kind of a life, but they are all safe. They are all cool. They love each other. They fuck each other like. But I wish to have the. Usually, you do new friends. You build a new family, no? The family is what you choose then afterward. And then it's connected to who you really are. But your family is your family. You don't choose them. It's like it's there. And you just have to love them. And you can try to inject them those things. It doesn't even make sense.
The KY jelly.
What do you- How is man? Good?
He's lotioning himself.
Okay. Malam.
Hey, I smile without mask.
And so now you're saying you're building something. Is that a mentorship group? What are you building? And if people want to know, you said they can just contact you. But
Yeah.
what is the next step for Davide Bugatti, Enlighthenpreneur?
Yeah. So my goal exactly is to go closer to what my mentor is doing. So my mentor has a automatic system in autopilot where there are his content working 24/7 for him. Powerful content, visual, branding, super on top. And those content are having a message, a powerful message. And this content is being showed in front of people that are like us. So at some point, I'm engaged with those content and I say, you know what, I want to know more about the guy. So you start to see YouTube, this and that. And I start to feed the relationship with more content, more, dropping more things about myself. But it cannot be different from who you are. Otherwise, why should I convince someone that is not like me to work together?
Yeah.
There is so much people in the world. I want to connect with entrepreneur, awakened, spiritual. They want to make more impact. I know my avatar. I know the person I want to work and the person I want to help. On the other side, if I need someone if I find someone that need help on the road or whatever, I always help. But here we are talking about something that you can build other people around the world that can create the same impact in health, relationship, in wealth, in all the areas that are important in life, And that's why my mission is being a mentor of coaches. Is being mentor of future mentor. And then I have a mentor that mentor me to be a mentor of other mentor.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's a cycle.
as an example, Daniel's son, without Miyagi, just with a free YouTube video, he couldn't do anything. Creed, without Sylvester Stallone, he couldn't take an ebook and say, okay, how do I go? So you really need to understand where you want to go. If you really want to go in something powerful, you need a mentor. Someone take a priest, someone take a lawyer, someone take you choose a lawyer is a mentor.
Yeah.
An accounting is a mentor on his thing. I'm a mentor in spirituality and business. Easy. I can help in accounting, I can help you in some legal aspect, but it's not my thing. So I want to work with people that want legal aspect. That's a lawyer. So if you understand it, you will never end up in a place where you have the imposter syndrome. Because you know what you're providing, and that confidence is what I'm teaching and expressing in my mentorship. That is about mindset. It's mindset together with knowledge. Because just knowledge, and you think that you cannot do it. If you think that you can't do it, but you don't have knowledge, it's like. But if you think you can do it, you go to pick up the knowledge. So mindset is the most important thing. It's the real most important part.
Yeah,
Not just knowledge.
You have to find the balance in everything, I guess, no?
Yeah, balance is a very important word. Yeah.
I also I read a book where they were talking about life is like barrels. You have a barrel of happiness, barrel of money, barrel of health, and when one barrel is overfull, the other barrel is going to be down. So you have to keep them in balance, so your life is in balance.
That's is called holistic life. Holistic, it's a new trendy name, and I wanna mention here Randy that is creating Vitaulism. That is a super amazing concept. It's one of the person I'm mentoring that he found this idea into this concept. But holistic has to have everything. If you have money, but your relationship with your wife suck. If you have money, but your spirituality is nothing, you have to be balanced.
Yeah.
So that's why you get a lot of money as much as you become in the other. So listen to this. It's not that you do make money and then when I have a lot of money, I'm gonna be more spiritual, my relationship with my wife, my relationship with the kids. Is when you become in this, that money will come in big ways. So the more you become in these areas, the more money the market is gonna reward you.
Yeah.
Make sense?
It makes
For
sense.
me, it made perfectly sense, actually. Yeah.
It makes sense. That's where the people doesn't live. Money, 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 money. They leave everything apart, and then okay, what you do? You eat money. So fix this, and then you can okay. Now I go on the marketplace, ready.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a journey.
And I want, what is the advice for the people? For example, for me, I'm going to spirituality. What would you advise the people? You say you talked about fear. They have fear to talk about it, or even be it. What would be a nice message for the persons who want to combine spirituality into their daily life or business?
So look how mentorship work. Listen and understand that everyone is a mentor of each other. Okay, why do you have fear?
I don't have much fear.
No, perfect. But what is holding you back?
Judgment. What you told, judgment.
So
right?
Or the mindset.
Okay.
Sometimes the mindset.
So no, why you think that you cannot express what you feel inside and share it? What's blocking you?
Like you said, judgment.
Okay, and who's judging you? Who you see? Who is the person that you see, or the class of person that you see that can judge you, and you fear it?
I mean, for most people, it's judgment, but for some people, spirituality is just an internal journey. They don't want to express it. The most beautiful things I found about spirituality was when I'm alone with nothing, no connection, nothing.
Perfect.
So it's just about for some people, it's just some internal work, and nobody else needs to know about it or something.
But you made me the question. You say, what I suggest to you if you do it. But if for you spirituality is something internal, don't share it. But you can go into this space. And I will never force you to do it. So let's choose something else. Let's choose something that is more aligned with you to share. And keep the spirituality inside of you.
Oh, so
I won't push you to do something if you think that for me spirituality is something inner work, but then I want to share it. I want to share it like a business. You want to share. You want to do business for yourself. You want to sell it. You want to let it become, important.
So you that's what I'm saying. So when you're talking about business and spirituality, it's good that you combine it, but share it, combine it in your business, promote it like that. That's what you're saying to the people who want to combine these things.
It's about I want to resonate. So when we do something outside, we want to connect with people. We try hard to connect. We try hard to connect talking about stupid things. We try to connect about being silly. But when we really go deep, you end up to connect with people that don't even know. You spend all night on a sofa talking about stuff. They say, wow, I feel so good with you. I don't even know you. You were connecting. That moment, you weren't talking about soccer or whatever. You were talking about shit. And when I saw my life, I always been very motivated to meet with people and connect with that. There was no color of skin. There was no color of know where you're from, know what language you speak. We were talking about this thing, and this thing is worldwide. It's something that it's worldwide. So when you connect, some years ago it was like, let's go to talk about there because we're topic like, Right now it's a little bit more mainstream because more people is starting to talk about it. And we need to start to, because the people that is spiritual as a talent, as a gift, and because they have those fears, they will never come out with their message, so they will never be able to shine someone else with their wisdom. Because they fear that, because money is bad, because I can't ask more than 15 flooring. Why you undervalue yourself so much? So it's something in mindset. So maybe when they were 5, they listened to mother and father talking at the table, they were eating, and they were fighting for the bills, shit like that. In their mind, they went to start the money thing. They don't even know. I've been there. I don't come from a rich family, but then I break through and I say, it's not like that. I found people that told me about that, explained about that. And I was religious. My family made me to go to the church this Sunday, Cresima Comunione. But then I opened up my world to spirituality, to Buddha, to all the figures that there are, and I put them together in a big love. And so I know in Aruba so much people that are spiritual intensity, that they could enlighten so many people, but they don't do it, or they do it very with the local and time, because they fear of judgment, because they don't think the spirituality has to be connected with money. Say, okay, but if you want to help someone, you need the person has some skin in the game, because he won't show up, he won't do the work, he won't read the book that you tell him, and he's gonna find excuses not to do the job. As soon as he puts skin in the game, then he's gonna fight for those money. So money is just a tool to get you on track.
Good. So if your intention is to help somebody, it's your duty to show it, combine it, spread the love, spread your spiritual work.
Yeah.
Jeff, algo más?
No, I'm
You with the mustache when he smiles.
yeah, he's smiling the whole time. I don't know if you have a last word that you want to say or the advice for people that are listening to us right now. If they want to contact you or...
Yeah, I mean, if what we say today resonate with you, if you love those topics, and if you just don't want to lose time and talk about this, like, I promise, and then you don't do anything. But you feel good because you talk about it. You feel good because, I was able. But if you have an idea from a long time, you have something inside, but you don't know where to start. Where do I start? What do I do first? You don't know the rules of the game. You want to have someone that teach you the first thing, that show you the way, and you are serious with yourself, not with me. You're serious with your money. You don't throw things away and you don't end up what you start. I can and I want help you to bring that idea to life, because that idea can be so powerful for you and for so many other people. If you want to bring a product on the market that you don't know about marketing, about placement, about branding, about those things, personal brand, I can help you also in that, but spirituality will always come up in the game. Mindset will always come up in the game, because at some point I'm going to stretch your mindset in a way that you see things that can happen that you didn't even figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because not because you can, but because your mind is narrowed based on the knowledge we have. As soon as you increase your knowledge, you start to see, okay, wow, I can do like this and that, and you can do bigger things.
All right.
I assure it.
Good
Well,
stuff. No.
No, that was a great show. I think it's very inspiring. I'm reading a lot of books about not spirituality per se, but about feelings, stuff connected with the world. So I'm pretty much in that.
What are you reading now? If there is a book.
Now
that you
I'm
want to
reading.
mention.
How said it? Totally Committed.
Okay.
It's like about a Navy SEAL and how they say that when you if you want to do something. A lot of people are thinking already about the finish, like about how
The destination.
Like how good I'm gonna have it, but you're never thinking about the first step.
Yeah.
If the first step fails, what happens? The backup, what you're gonna do. So it's a very Extreme Ownership is the name of the book.
Extreme Ownership.
It's a very good book.
Because it's a very good example. Because if you think about the destination and you enjoy the destination, but you don't do the first step. The happiness is the journey.
This guy,
that's the thing. The destination is there. It's here that counts.
No, but this guy compared it with Navy SEALs. They had to rescue a fugitive in Iraq, somewhere in those when the terrorists had a place. And they broke in. So the 6 SEALs broke into a place, and there were like 30 of those guys, of this jihadists. And the guy was telling a story. When they broke in, 5 of them came on them, and he was telling himself that he could not think on that moment, on the next step. Okay, how are we gonna get the guy out? No, he had to kill to shoot right then on that moment. Because
Ready, Fire, Aim. It's another great book.
If he didn't do it. He never came to the second step. So,
and why right now in this period of your life you think that is useful to you?
Like you, Corona, my friend.
Yeah.
Corona opened a lot of people's eyes. I think.
Yeah.
That's why we started the podcast here, because of that.
Yeah.
So I think the Corona helped a lot of people change life. I guess.
Yeah. Because at some point they came back in possession of the biggest resource we have.
With their own free time. Yeah. Own free time.
Everything stopped. What do I do now? So the brain, it took a while to the fear, and then you say, you know what? Let me see what I can do with my time.
Mm-hmm.
And my question to you and to both is, like, what's your vision with a podcast? Because a podcast is a powerful digital asset. It's a very powerful digital asset, and it can be leveraged in many ways, in terms of monetize, but in terms of a message that you can give. It's
True. No, our idea is to bring stuff, information, and motivation, but in
Motivation, news,
a new positive way,
insights.
in a good, you feel the vibe in here.
Yeah,
Vibe is chill.
I feel that,
It's not
from this morning.
Yeah.
The pictures.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a very. It's like you're sitting with your brothers, boy palo, playing dominoes and having a chit chat about life,
Yeah.
and that's the philosophy behind this
Nice.
podcast, and that's why in soup you throw a lot of stuff. Sometimes you throw chicken, sometimes you throw greens, so it's herbs, so it's always a mix.
Water.
That now I understood.
That's why
also
the name
name.
SOPI MIX.
The point is more to bring people, talk about life through your experience, and learn about it. Maybe help some people.
That's the
Mostly
idea.
help people.
That's the idea I told with you, eh?
Something like that.
So that's the part of this podcast.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. I really appreciate that, and I would love to come even once a month and have a wine and talk about even other things. And
You're always welcome.
and having someone there to interview.
Yeah, we have 4 people.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, no space for him tonight.
No,
For her.
today.
I was having in mind someone, a girl that is an entrepreneur and this, but I say, I think if I bring her, she will only talk.
Yeah. But you gotta bring what's her name?
Shanti.
Shanti.
Yes, I would love it.
You gotta bring
I would love
Shanti.
it.
I know Shanti from Amsterdam. She used to live in Amsterdam.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I know her from back in those days.
Yeah.
Crazy days.
If you love next time, I will come with her, and we will have. We're gonna deeper in those things of meditation. She could give so many insight, but also some kind of awareness. And wow, really.
Yeah, it's
Super
good
cool.
to do video with Shanti.
Yeah.
Saturday. You
Yeah,
have
Saturday,
a meditation
yeah.
workshop with Shanti.
Yeah.
So if someone is interested in the meditation, who they can.
No.
And only meditation.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
pretty,
closed group?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Next time.
You need to get in contact with her, and you don't find her on socials like that. It's like you
No.
find it in her places, and then you start the friendship.
Your energy will find her.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Okay.
The matrix algorithm, because the algorithm in the Instagram is the same algorithm that we have in the energy. We don't
Exactly.
see it, but there's things that are moving, green things,
Yeah, like
And that
Matrix.
frequency- Yeah, that frequency is what you give.
Dodge the bullets.
All right.
All right. Hey, Davide, thank you very much to be our guest tonight. Hope you didn't eat your food.
Yes, I'm gonna
That's
eat.
good food of Gianni's, no?
I
Yeah,
think
you
I
know,
eat
but-
something like that every 3-4
Yeah.
days, but I love it.
Also, Balong, também danke para conosco, Trobe. Nós queremos
Nice.
agradecer Tech, que provide-nos douche Deep Eddy Vodka. Test it out, de Texas. Também
Davi,
CK,
Capinis, Avion.
CK Mondavi, tá um tremendo vinha. Nós queremos agradecer Subway também que join-nos. Subway que tá, cara, o vai bestel bo sop ku e pay away, no? Bota paguei de biai, bota just vai pick it up, ready to go. Também tem a meal of the day. Cara, não SOPI não também, não tem tremendo SOPI. Também nós queremos agradecer Giannis Group, não? Nós somos Giannis mesmo, Giannis que tem SOPI, nós pasta não. Agora quando tem special de 30% discount.
Sunday brunch.
Vai com-
55 Florenzo.
E bike check,
I mean, best food on
gelatissimo.
the island, hands down.
Yeah, and you can go with a girlfriend to gelatissimo, no? 50% off.
Yeah.
Buy one, get two.
With the affair, 70% off.
You see? Bam! And Seitar, também danke na Seitar, com hybrid plans. E também para a Pay app, no? Agora download a Pay.away app para aproveitar de diferente outra maneira de pagar. Tá um dia great, Trobe. Me quero nós foram inspirado, mas a vida tá business, pero também muito ter em conta com o mental state, dus tá bom meter a balança e adiante tá bom meter the captain of your soul, dus tá bom diz de como você kiko patasi. Dus é um balança. Dus find your balance in life. Se você não tem, você sente que ter gente para guide você. Você tem Davide, você ir para Instagram e Facebook.
Yes.
Dus guide você sei. E tune in next week. Next week nós estamos trabalhando com o SOPI MIX, outro tremendo show. Que dependendo para quem não nos gastam, então nos see you next week.
All right. Peace
Ciao.
out.
Ciao.
Feliz
Thank you.
noche.
Bye bye. Feliz noche.